Hello, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to KRC Bookstore Book Fair. This is the Wednesday night edition. We are doing a Wednesday night because we have the holiday season coming up. We want to make sure everybody has uh, lots of options as far as their gifts are concerned. Um, Most people do not think about books as good gifts, but books make good gifts. They make great gifts. So tonight we are talking to a guest who has been with us before. We are so super excited every time she gets on with us. Before we roll into that, we're gonna, do a real quick introduction of who I am and what I do, what the bookstore is about. My name is Tammy M. Lilly, and I am the owner of KRC Bookstore. I'm also the owner of KRC Tax and Business Services. So as you know, we're in the fourth quarter. We are in December, and we're getting ready to roll right on into this tax filing season. So please make sure you think about me when it's time to get those taxes prepared. We specialize in business taxes as well as individual taxes. And our niche area is authors because I am an author as well. So I'm very familiar with the different expenses and stuff that comes down to being with the author and what could be written off and what can't be written off and all those kind of fun things in between. So make sure you reach out to me, Tammy M. Lilly. Follow us on Instagram. We are on Facebook as well as Twitter, KRC Tax Business. So, and the other company that I own, which is the more one that's most important for tonight for our authors, is KRC Bookstore. I started out in this journey just being as a tax professional, but I want to take my business to the next level and set myself apart from other tax professionals. So I decided to write a book. And I'm going to show that book to you a little bit later, but it's called Why Your Refund is So Low. So people think about that and they think about different tax write offs and so forth. But this book talks about foundational things of your business, um, things that's important to make the best return possible. So I could not be an author without paying homage to my faith. So I co-wrote a couple devotionals, as well as I co-wrote a book that was about women empowerment. So that's how I got off this thing of being an author. And so because I had, enough books that could be considered a kind of bookstore, I decided to create a KRC bookstore. And what better to do, to do this with is to bring on other authors and help other authors in their walk because I'm already doing it. So why not bless somebody else in the midst of doing it? So that's an amazing thing. God would give it to me, and that's what I took and I would. I've been was obedient with it. Been doing this thing since um, April, and so I'm super excited about this walk. I'm super excited about the things that we are ending out in this fourth quarter. I'm super excited about things that's going to be happening in 2022. But I'll go in great details about that a little later. So I don't want to take up too much of your intro time. We want to go ahead and slide right on into talking about our author tonight. Her name is Miss Tia. Sorry, Miss Tia. She is a romance novelist. And so, if you're into or know somebody who is interested that loves a good romance novel, definitely you reach out to her. But I'm gonna let her introduce herself and tell you about her book, and tell you about the projects that she's working on.
Hi, my name is Tia Harrell. I go by TMH Writer. I am a romance novel. I wrote about these two characters that I dreamt about, Terry and Sonia. And the story, I have currently three books out, and the story is about them meeting freshman year, falling in love. But Terry didn't know that it was love because she never had feelings like this for a woman, and so she was conflicted. But during that year, something tragic happened to her. And so she left school and she didn't return for about almost 2 years. And when she came back, she was very different. And so they just continued friendship. They were roommates. And Terry followed Sonia through her medical career. So they roomed together. They were best friends, but Sonia secretly was in love with Terry. And the book takes off where she finally confronts Terry about her feelings, but Terry has an opportunity that she can't resist, and she's gonna leave. And there's that Terry also has a best friend named Aaron who she worked with, and there's that tension because Sonia doesn't like their relationship. So the first book is the prequel. It shows you where the relationship takes off 10 years later, and then first part one and part two shows you their story, shows you a tragedy, what they go through. And the final book is very exciting because it brings in more of the suspense. It shows the ramifications of a lot of stuff happening to a person, and they never quite deal with it. These The second half of the series shows what happened, so I'm really excited about that. And then coming in the new year, I'm going to have a series called Dark Cloud. This is a spinoff of This Love Is Real. When in the final book, we see the suspense and we see drama. So I'm going to have a series that follows the same characters but brings in mystery and drama and murder mayhem. So that's what the Dark Cloud series is going to be about.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your journey and what brought you to this place. A lot of times, we have ways that have reasons for doing the thing. Of course, we have reasons for doing the things we do because there's no such thing as a purposeless thing. So,
Right.
what brought you into this journey of being an author?
Well, I always actually wanted to be a writer. I started out as a poet. I used to write about things that happened to me. And my feelings, I used to put that down, but I always dreamed of being a writer. I actually wanted to write music. So I came out to California chasing a dream. I was going to set up stages for the musicians just to see if I would want to work in that world, and that never happened. So the opportunity fizzled, and so I had to go to school. So basically, I put my dream on hold. I still wrote poetry there and there, but I got involved in the corporate world, and I wasn't very, it wasn't my passion. I continued to go to school because growing up, we were told, go to school, get a good education, get a good job, buy a nice home, have a family, be successful. Well, that paradigm doesn't exist anymore. So I was working and working, and then COVID happened, and my granny died. I was actually in school to get my doctorate, and when my granny died, and then when COVID happened, COVID kind of set this world upside down, and it kind of revealed a lot of problems that a lot of people knew, but some people didn't. And it got to the point where I was like, I was anxious, I was depressed because of what happened. And then I dreamt of these characters, and I was just so anxious. I got up and I started writing. I started writing their story. And I actually wrote the first book within a weekend. I think I wrote 50,000 words. And I was like, oh, if I can do this, I started looking at other authors, and I said, well, maybe I can do it. I mean, I was afraid because I'm a new author and people might not like the way I write. I had a couple of, revisions, but this is something that I always wanted to do. And once I started writing and noticing that I could have a life being a writer, or that can build other platforms, the doors just opened. And I was like, oh my God, there's something else that I can do. I'm not stuck in like a box, or I'm not stuck do I do IT? I'm not stuck doing IT. There's actually another world that I could follow. And that was last year. So over the year, I've been learning a lot, and it's pretty exciting. The books are a lot of people have touched my life. And so the books are stories and characters in my life and what I see. I try to write about, some life I may want, or, how I envision a world with just love, like, a world where you can get over anything with understanding and love. That's kind of why I wanted to write romance. I was an avid romance reader, so I used to read a book in a day, and so that's why I really love this genre.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for answering the call. And I always like to ask people because in our books, as it's authors, our objective is to for our audience, our target audience, feel something to get something from the story. But
Hmm.
a lot of times we get something from the story too. So in the midst of writing it from start to finish, how did this affect you?
This just showed me what life would be like with love and with a family. Like, I lost a lot of family in my life, so I did marry into a wonderful family. And so just reliving that, how you can have a family and they're not your blood relatives, but anybody you can call your friend, call your family. I just, when I was writing, I was like, yeah, this love is love. And I think that's what kept me going all throughout my life, just having people in my life, and just showing understanding and love. And it also showed me that you can, if you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want to do. You don't have to do it like everyone else. There's always another way to do something. And now, these days, with all the technology, if you're an artist or if you're a creative person, it's your time. So it's your time to shine. If you have something that you want to do and you're very creative, go for it, because this every, everybody's doing it. And if you have a passion and you don't feel like you're doing it, try it. Step out on faith. I definitely
Yeah.
did. I definitely put myself out there. I'm pretty shy, so I don't like even being in front of the camera. So definitely, you have to put yourself out there, and chase your dreams. You're never too old. I also learned you're never too old to chase your dreams. As long as you're breathing, you can chase them.
Now that's very, 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 very true. And I would have never known that you were shy. So you carry it well. So
Thank you.
you know, and of course, anytime you're doing anything and it's something that's out the box, that's out the ordinary for your character at that time, whenever you get outside the box, you get more and more comfortable. I
Yeah.
remember that when I first started doing lives and doing different things like this, I stumbled a lot. And I still kind of stumble, but I find ways to search for words and figure out the different terms and to know how to make that certain pause to be able
Mhm.
to use those words and say the things I need to say, learn how to express myself, you know and I'm getting better and better, I believe. So I would never known that you was a shy person, but
I won't speak up in a room. I like to watch, and so I'm very analytical. So I'll watch a room and watch what's going on. I rarely speak.
yes, ma'am. A lot of times, and I talk when I'm talking to people about the different things that they're doing and how they're trying to grow their business. I tell them, you have to get out. You got to get out of that comfort zone in order to make that business happen. As long as you
Yeah.
complacent staying in that place, you would never grow. You cannot grow being in that box. You have to come out that box because box contain things. If you use the analogy of, when we shipping something in the box, when we containing something in the box is housing it. It's keeping it contained. So, in order to grow and get past that, you have to step outside that box. So
Yes,
definitely,
you do.
definitely. Now, tell everybody how they are to get in touch with you. We're going to actually put it up on the screen shortly when we rerun it, about how to go to your website and get your books today, because Christmas is
Okay.
coming up. Christmas is coming up.
Oh yes. All my books are on Amazon. So if you go to Amazon and you type "This Love Is Real," my books will come up, which is amazing. So you'll see my books, or you can go to my website tmhwriter.com. That's my website. You'll see my books there. You'll learn a little bit about me. You'll have my contacts. You can contact me via my email or my Facebook. And you'll see the book trailers. And I'm going to put a lot more stuff up there when I have time. But yeah, that's how you can contact me.
Okay, awesome. Now, what does 2021 look like for you? I mean, excuse me. What does 2022 look like for you as an author in your career?
As an author, 2022 looks profitable. I hope to
Oh,
continue to put my books out. The Dark Cloud series is going to come out in January, and
okay.
then later in that month, February, I'm going to have This Love Is Real Legacy. So we're going to see the stories about the parents, and I'm
Mhm.
also going to put all my books on Audible because I love to listen to books while I work, and so that's what I want to give my readers that opportunity. So definitely more books, more speaking engagements. I hope more, more. Uh, Maybe TV. Maybe get a TV series going. You never know. I'm finding
Yes,
out about how you do that. So yeah,
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I love it. I love the sky is the limit. So I definitely
yes,
appreciate you, sharing yourself and your story with us and letting us know about, the different things that you're going on. And I'm looking forward to seeing, much, much more from you. So,
thank you.
um, what we're gonna do is gonna roll right into a real quick commercial. Then we're gonna
Okay.
come back. Um, we're gonna have another guest on with us. So we'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. We are super, super excited. We have another guest on with us. Before we go ahead and roll into to speaking to our next guest, I want to tell you a little bit about what that I told you about earlier in my introduction. This is her. This is why your refund is so low. Um, and it talks about how to get more money back from the IRS in the first year of business. Um, I can remember when I have a business owner in front of me, and they're saying, "Hey, I have this," and I'll be like, "Okay, awesome. You have a business, so let's go ahead and get your profit and loss statement." Don't have a profit and loss statement. Okay, well, let's get bank statements. They don't have bank statements. They don't have anything. So I was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and just estimate some things. It's the first year. You're still in the beginning stages. So it's okay to estimate, long as we don't make this every year thing. And so once they give me the estimations and I put it all in, I work it up and I tell them, okay, well, this is what it looks like. And the first thing they ask me, they say, well, why's my refund so low? Because they used to being a W 2 employee, and they're used to paying the employer to take the taxes I'm paying. And so, out of sight, out of mind. When you don't see it coming out, you don't realize it's being paid. You just know what you receive at home. And so that's why I created this book for the first year business owners. I stuff in there that seasoned business owners can learn from it. But my goal is, my target is that first year business owner, to help them with foundational things about business. And this was the first book that I did, working up to do a volume two of it. But this is definitely the first book that we did. It talks about various things, such as financial records, which is one of the main things that I see a lot of business owners fall off at. Not having a bank account. They're putting everything together versus having separations in their business. And not only is it important to keep everything separate, but it serves a purpose. So it talks about all those different things. So this is a good book if you know somebody who is a business owner and is in that first year, because we have a lot of new business owners coming up, and a lot of new business owners going to be coming up next year. This is the perfect book. Please get it. It's on the website, www.krcbookstore.com, as well as our various other books that we have on there. We have at least about 35, maybe a little bit more, about 35 books on that website. So please go ahead and check out the other ones as well. But make sure you get this for that business owner in your life. Show your love. That's the way you support. And if you're buying it for yourself, it is a tax write-off. So thank you so much. All right, Miss J, Dr. J, Dr. J.
Hi,
We
how
have been trying to do this thing for a while now.
finally.
Thank you so much for getting on with me. She zipped home and she came home and prepared herself, and she's here with me.
I'm
Thank
here.
you.
I'm so glad to be here.
Without any further ado,
Can
yes,
y'all?
ma'am. I'm glad to have you here. Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
All righty. Dr. J, if you tell us a little bit about yourself, as well as your book.
Okay. Well, my name is Dr. Jalen Hicks. I'm a self-published author. I'm a retired educator who went back to give back. I am a wife, a grandmother, a career mom at this point, raising three grandchildren. I had already finished my first career as far as education was concerned. I did 29 years, and I left the field for about 2 years. And then I've gone back to the charter school system, and I'm giving back to those children. And for some reason, I don't know why, but all of a sudden, this passion, this burning desire to write, I've been writing, but I was kind of like her. I can sing in front of 1,000 people, and I can pray at church, but it was something about the writing. I don't know why I was hiding it like a little hidden treasure. It was tucked away somewhere, kind of like my friend here, kind of like we were shy. Certain parts of me is shy, yes, and other parts of me are not shy. But my writing was shy, and I don't know. I never really shared it. I had been writing poems and little songs and stuff, but this little book venture was kind of new for me. I felt like a little wobbly lamb or a little deer. My legs were wobbly. I'm like, oh my God, Lord, can I write? Do I know how to write? I mean, I know how to go to college. I know how to graduate, but can I write a book, Lord? Is somebody going to buy this book? Do they want me? And will they accept me? And,
Yeah.
we question ourselves. And so I wanted to write to help women. My primary purpose was to, write to help women to overcome obstacles and let them know that their obstacles can be opportunities, to grow. I wanted them to overcome self-fear and doubt, because I feel like a lot of women are afraid to launch out into the deep, and they're afraid to try something new. And so God began to put it up on my heart, to write books and prayer journals, and to lead women to delve more so into the Word of God. This was the answer and the way to overcome the fear, the doubt, the lack of confidence was, through the Word of God. And so I started to write. And then once you start to write, doors start to open. You know, you have book launches, you have events, and then what happens is God puts destiny helpers or people in your pathway, and then the next thing you know, you meet publishers. Oh, I didn't know you publish books. Who is this? Okay, then you meet more publishers. Then you meet more phenomenal women like yourself who have virtual book tours. Then you meet other. It's like it's like one. It's like a domino effect. One thing
Mhm.
leads to another, and like now I got like 8 books on Amazon, and I
Wow.
didn't have any books on, and I'm still writing more books, and I'm like, at first I didn't have anything, but I just start. If you just start, it's like God will provide the way. If He gives you the vision, He'll make the provision, and so that's what happened in my life.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I love it. I love what brought you to this point. I love the transparency. It's amazing how, you get to a position and you're so profound, and, somebody says that they're shy, and you're like, I can't see it.
Well,
But, yeah.
they talk about the imposter syndrome. You feel like, am I worthy? Am I worthy for people to pay me to buy my book? Am I worthy? Am I a real author? Lord, am I
Yeah.
playing? Is this real? I'm
Mhm.
like, you just wonder if it's real. And then you look up and I got some of my books. I have one book, and then I'll meet somebody else and I'll have another book, and then I'll look up and I'll have another journal. It's like I just have, I don't know, the ability to create and write. It's like my creativity has been birthed after I retired or something. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know. But I guess I was so overwhelmed with work that I couldn't do
Mhm.
stuff like this. And so now I'm able to walk in my passion more so than, worrying about. It's kind of like Steve Jobs and different entrepreneurs talk about doing, what would you do for free or whatever. It's like this is my passion, this writing. I just love doing it, whether I get paid or not. I want to help women. I want them to rise up from the ashes. I want them to come on, y'all, let's go. Hey, come over here and check out this wonderful prayer journal. Hey, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're made in His image. I want women to know you can do it. You can succeed. You can succeed at something new. Like she was saying, you're never too old to try. It's never too late. I just said the same thing at another event. Because I was there with a bunch of 20-something-year-olds. and I ended up at this venue, and I was the oldest person there. And they were all 20-something, 30-something. I was thinking, oh, God. And I mean, the speakers were 20-something, 30-something, and then all the tables were 20-something, 30. And I told them, hey, I'm 50-something hanging out with 20. I say, hey, you're never too old to,
Mhm.
to pursue your dream. I was just, and they were just,
Right.
I said, do your thing with a chicken wing, honey. I was just up there talking. And they were just loving it. They were texting me after, your energy, you got beautiful energy. And so I'm just like, I'm trying to tell her, even though we might feel like we're shy, when we go out there and we take that step of faith, God, it's like He multiplies that seed, that mustard seed, and then He allows us to win people and to draw people to us, and then He puts people in our pathway to help us, grow and develop and pursue our passion. I'm glad I'm on here with you.
Thank you.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Paths is so different. It's sometimes we're at that journey in the beginning of our lives, and sometimes we're at the latter part of our journey. That journey at the latter part of our life, and it's okay. No
Right.
matter where you're at or what what season you are in your life. It's just you have to grab on and
Right.
do what you have
Right.
passion about. And it's so important. It's amazing how you talk about that imposter syndrome. I hear that term all the time. And sometimes even no matter how long you've been in the industry you're in, sometimes that imposter, syndrome spirit comes upon you. You're like, well, how dare you, or
Yeah.
they try to tell you, oh well, you shouldn't be, act like this, or you're
Right.
not that good, or there's somebody
Right.
out there that's better, you know. And social media would definitely, bring that out in you because you'll see certain things that other people are doing. You're like, okay, well, I'm not there. And it's okay if you're not there. You just have to stay in your own path. run your
Right.
Mm,
own race. So that's a
mm-hmm.
beautiful thing. I definitely appreciate it. Yes, ma'am. And I appreciate because I did get a copy of all your books. I was like, wow. While I was reading, I was like, okay, this is amazing. This is amazing. I just
But
love seeing where other people are at in their journey.
a lot of
So
my,
I
I think,
commend.
yeah, I didn't want to cut you off. I thought maybe you were still talking, but I was trying to say I didn't really start writing. That first book that I published was in 2019, and I buried my grandmother October
Mm,
2012, my mother October 2013, and my brother
mm,
October 2014. And that's why I talk about women rising out of the ashes, hurts, pains, death. You know,
yeah,
we suffer some hardships in life.
yeah,
Sometimes we allow things to stifle and cripple us, and
yeah.
we don't come out. And I mean, I've been divorced. I'm remarried now, but I'm saying I married my high school sweetheart. He got on drugs. I'm just saying, God, turns our tragedies into triumphs. These pains, these hurts, these disappointments, these letdowns. I'm saying after I experienced all of these hurts and these different pains, then I birthed these beautiful prayer journals, these beautiful books. I met some phenomenal women, just, and I don't know if I would have met them. I might have been in my
Right.
shed inside the house. I wouldn't have been going, but I was always looking. You know how you look for hope, a glimmer of light, a ray of
Yeah.
sunshine. Lord, I know if I go to one of these symposiums, somebody's gonna say something to motivate me. If I go sit next to this one, somebody's got, and you just meet people. It's like He puts people in your
Mm-hmm.
pathway. And I'm just saying, I don't know if I hadn't experienced some of these hurts, if I would have even been at some of these places that I was going and meeting these women, you know, who have helped me along the way. Now I've met
Yes,
you.
ma'am. I love the
Yes.
transparency. I definitely love the transparency because we all go through hurt, in our lives. And if we
Yeah,
don't tell somebody about the things that we've been through, then we cannot do what is really meant to be done with that hurt, and that is to heal somebody else and let
right.
Mm-hmm.
people know that they're not by themselves. So,
Mm-hmm.
whether you dealt with, relationship issues or you dealt with death, death is a part of life.
Right.
I was listening to the TV and they were saying, what's the major what's the major cause of death? To be
Mm-hmm.
born. You're born to die, so it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen, and I feel you on that because I experienced, death,
Mm-hmm.
very young age. I lost my mother when I
Yeah.
was 11 years old. So I
Right.
have
Yeah.
a whole other understanding of death
Mm-hmm.
and what it means and that
Right.
it's natural and it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
so
My father
sometimes
passed.
I gotta remind myself of other people when they deal with
Yeah.
things. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying my father passed away when I was 4, my biological father.
Mm.
So I was growing up with kind of a hole, but I don't know why I was praying when I was a little girl trying to play, because I didn't understand. You have questions like, why do all the other little children I'm playing with, why do they have their mother and father, and
Right.
but yet mine is dead? And so
Yeah.
you look around and everybody's got two parents, you know.
Yeah.
But here you
Yeah.
are. My mother did go remarry, but you wonder, well, what would it have been like if it was my biological father? This is another
Yeah.
man. Would he be more sensitive to me? Would he be
Yeah.
more kind? How would my life have been? And my daddy didn't get to walk me down the aisle when I got married. Just the
Mm.
kind of stuff. He didn't get to see
Yeah.
high school. He didn't get to see me
Yeah.
get one degree. I mean, I was just,
Yeah.
you wonder what would my father have said? You know,
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. My mother died when I was 14. So
Mm,
yeah, it completely shattered my world. So
yeah.
I'm definitely a different person. If my mother was alive, I wouldn't be who I am today. And my father died when I was 21. So
Mm,
it's like a 7-year cycle. And so
yeah.
I experienced a lot of loss. And
Mm,
definitely if my mom and dad were alive, I
right.
would definitely be somewhere else. I
Mhm.
wouldn't have met my husband. I wouldn't have came all the way out to California chasing a dream. I
That's
probably went to school right at Wittenberg University, right at home. I would have stayed. So yeah,
where are you
it
from?
changes. I'm originally from Springfield, Ohio,
Okay.
and I left when I was 18 years old and never returned.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
came out to California. I got to San Francisco when I was 19, and it was a whole new world. I
Yeah.
love San Francisco. Yeah, because coming Springfield is a very small town with no opportunities. And then
Uh-huh.
landing in San Francisco
Yeah.
were endless opportunities.
Yeah.
I was amazed.
Yeah.
I came here for vacation and never returned.
I've been to like those curvy streets, that little crooked street. I like the
Yeah.
streets you go up. I mean, we don't got stuff like that in Texas. My sister, yeah, that was exciting to me to go on those steep, those streets that curved up that
The
hill.
crooked street, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I don't
and the
have any.
and the hills.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
phenomenal, man.
yeah, it's beautiful. It
Yeah,
is. It is.
Golden Gate Bridge and all that
The
stuff.
Golden Gate Bridge.
I saw all
Did
that stuff when I was
did
young. Yeah.
did
My
you walk
sister lived
across
in
the
Marino.
bridge?
We went across that bridge when the sunlight hit
Nice.
and it goes glow.
Yeah.
I saw all that. Yeah, I like San Francisco.
Yeah. Well, it might not like it's different now, but
Uh
yeah, back then I loved it. I worked downtown, right downtown. I
huh.
fell in love with San Francisco.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I like it. I've been to LA. My sister moved. She stayed down there about 30 some years, but she's back here now.
Hmm.
She had two
Okay.
sons, and they all down. Her boys live there. They live in Moreno Valley, California,
Hmm.
but they've been down there. That's on the like.
Okay, awesome, awesome, ladies, awesome. Um, I want to say that you had mentioned about if you wasn't in a certain space. Once you got in the space of being awesome, you get amazed about the people that you encounter,
Right,
And a
Hmm.
lot of times, if you wasn't in that particular space, you wouldn't have the opportunity to encounter these people. And
right.
I
Right.
believe in just paths. I believe in divine intervention. I believe in, divine direction. I'm a soul believer in that. And because I mean, for me, I come across quite a few people, even when I tell them, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm a bookstore. And, people have a tendency to tell me, well, hey, I always wanted to write a book, or I have this book that I wrote, or I have a book that I wrote and I haven't published yet. You know how to do this, you know how to do that. And, a lot
Mhm.
of times because of, because I talk to different people and I encounter a lot of people, I can connect people. I may not necessarily do it myself, but I
Mhm.
connect
Hmm.
people and I love connecting people. This is the absolute best for me. So,
Yeah.
but thank you so much, ladies. What I want to do is I want to run another commercial, and then I want to come back and have a more conversation with you, ladies. And the theme of this book fair is what does your gift tell your loved ones? Because we're in the Christmas season, so we're giving gifts out. So we want
Yeah.
to push these people to go ahead and get these books for these people for as gifts because books are great and books are great gifts. So we
Okay.
want
Hmm.
to say that over and over again because we want people to get these books and hand it over to somebody because you never know who they are.
That's true.
Yes, ma'am. And we'll be back shortly.
Y'all make sure y'all check us out at All Black Everything, the best place to spend your money. Make sure y'all check them out every third Friday, right?
It's always amazing, always great people, great vibes, great vendors, great food. You should be here.
I love it. I have been here at least 8 times. The vibe, the energy here is so, so good. Always music. The hosts are always making sure you straight. Ooh, I love the fact of circulating black dollars. I love supporting other black-owned businesses.
And I definitely recommend anybody who wants to sell products or just want to come enjoy the vibe to come out and see what All Black Everything is about.
Catch this vibe because it's just a different type of atmosphere over here. We love them. Y'all make sure y'all check us all out, man. Yeah.
I've seen that all black everything. And then funny you would have a commercial about that. I mean, that was amazing to me.
It is. It's pretty
Yes, ma'am.
awesome.
Yeah, but that's in Houston. But you don't live in Houston, do you? Oh, you do live in Houston.
Oh, myself, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm in Houston. It's an actual event that I participate in. They used to have it just the third Friday of each month, but now they have it the first and third Friday, and I've actually participated in it for the past year. I love the vibe of it. I love the camaraderie. I love uh, interacting with these ladies and interacting with the other vendors. So that's one of the events that I help out with. And matter of fact, they have an event this Friday. It's over at the Black Store Experience over in the sunny side part of Houston. So
Where is it at again?
anybody, if you,
It's
it's the Black Store Experience. It's Black
oh
Store
on. Is it on Cullen?
Experience.
Is it on Cullen?
Yes, ma'am. Sure is.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I have another event this Friday, but I want to go. I want. But you say every first and third,
Yes, ma'am.
first and third Friday. Okay.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
much are
Yes,
your?
ma'am.
Okay, so
Um,
I have to contact them about the vendor tables. You have to contact them.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, they have the vendor tables. They have the early bird special. But they have, I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's $50 for to bring, if you come and then you bring your own table. It's $50. If you need a table, then they'll provide your table for you for additional price. And beautiful, beautiful event, and I have the books set up there. I have the racks with the books and all those kinds of things. So that's definitely one event that I make sure I participate in every single month because I
Okay.
love the atmosphere. And actually, a couple of my books are at the Black Experience.
Mm.
They have a book section. Not only they do they have beauty supplies there from local manufacturers. They
Right.
have a nail shop in the back, and they have a book section. So t-shirt section, hats, and all those kind of things. So great experience, great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I know both of the co-owners, beautiful people, hard workers. They all about doing economics and teaching our people about different things to be the close that wealth gap.
Mm.
Mm,
So,
that's beautiful.
It is.
yes, yes,
I have been
ma'am,
to
yes,
this place.
yes, ma'am. So, what I want to do is I want to talk about three books that I have in a bookstore.
Okay.
These are all devotionals. Because in these particular times of the season, we have people that deal with different grievances. Um, you may have lost somebody in the time, around Christmas, or you may be
Mm.
thinking about somebody that's very special to you around this time because families are getting together, and you look over at somebody, it's just like when Dr. J said when she's looking over at somebody and she's trying to figure out, when she's younger, why they got their daddy and I don't have my daddy. And,
Mm.
even
Mhm.
as adults, we feel that way. We know what we know, but it still does not stop you from feeling some kind of way about not having your loved ones around. So we have three
Right.
devotionals in a bookstore. We
Okay.
have this beautiful one. It's a 52-week devotional. Don't forget about who God is. It has a
Mm.
journal in there as well as it has scriptures in there. And with that one, you get a bookmark. It's on our website, www.krcbookstore.com. And then we have the Boss Babe series. This is Prayers in the Boss Babe. This is volume one. And then this is volume two, Prayers in the Boss Babe. Caution, she does not pray fair. So these are books that I co-author in these two particular books. But these have a lot of other wonderful, amazing co-authors in there. They talk about their go-to scriptures and how those scriptures bless them and how it can bless others. It kind of helps bring about certain interpretations to today's time. Biblical, the Bible is timeless, but a lot of times, we don't think that we can apply certain things in the Bible to today's time. And this gives a outlook on it with today's time. So those are all on the website, www.krcbookstore.com.
Mhm.
Dr. J, I do apologize. I think I neglected to have you get the website. So, what I want you to do is give the website for your book.
Well, all of my books like hers are on Amazon. I do have a website. It's www.redefiningsisterhood.com, but I don't have all of my books on there. But of course, Amazon has all of the books on there. I do plan to get a Shopify store. I just really found out about it,
Oh.
and I didn't really truly understand what it was. And then people were texting me saying, "How do we put you in a group? Like if we want to put your information in a group," and I say something about shop. Oh, you gonna do Shopify? Oh, your clients gonna be able to find you. I'm like, they are. Okay, I didn't. I was just thinking it was like a little website you just put your little books on. They like, no, you can book things on there and you can put your books and it'll be like your store. I'm like, okay. So I'm looking at, but they can always email me if they really wanted a book, if they wanted me to mail them a book at Judith Hicks, Judith Hicks, Hicks
Yes,
Hicks 01 at gmail.com if they wanted me to personally mail the book as opposed to order it from. But if you put in Amazon Dr. J. Lynn Hicks, all of my books will pop up. I also
yes,
have
ma'am. And so many different platforms out there. And
I have a pop-up shop this weekend.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I was just invited to participate in the pop-up shop, and then I got another call when I was coming to talk to you about another pop-up shop next weekend. And that's why I'm saying one door opens and another opens. But I have the flyer. I think I sent it to you, Miss Tammy Lou. The flyer for the event that I'm doing this weekend, but I don't know how to post them here. Did it
yes,
freeze?
ma'am. I will drop that on those who are in the Houston, Texas area. To can you see me?
I can see you, but your mouth was moving. Okay, it's
Can you
moving
hear
now.
me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I will make sure that I post it in here so those who are in the Houston, Texas area they can come out and support
Mm-hmm.
your endeavors. Actually have your book in physically in their hand and get them a signed copy to be able
Right.
to bless somebody with that
Yeah.
for the holiday season or really for themselves. They might want to get them a copy and get the friends a copy, get the loved ones a copy. So,
Hey, come
we're
on.
all about, gifting of books.
Yes. Please. Please come out and support.
Yes, ma'am.
Your face in the
Yes.
so
Well, what we're gonna do is, okay, go ahead.
two.
All right, all righty. Well, thank you so much, ladies. I think we're gonna go ahead and conclude tonight.
Okay.
Um, we will be back here on the 8th of December for our children's books. Um, Cassie Bookstore has a book subscription, a kids book subscription.
Okay.
So we have these beautiful boxes
Mm-hmm.
for our children.
That's sweet.
For those who are interested in getting this as a gift, a great gift. We have a lot of wonderful things off of here. We have some, a dog purse and bags and lip
Mm-hmm.
gloss and notebooks and all those wonderful things and beautiful pen. So we have all kinds of wonderful things up in here. And now what we do with these gift boxes, these are customized gift boxes. So depending
Oh
on what your
wow.
child likes and what your child is and the age of the child and the gender of the child, we will put a box together and put it in one of these boxes. Now, this box, as you can see, is very, very durable. So it is reusable. So
Mm.
because it's very, very thick. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, not only now have all these wonderful items in here, and we'll put a book in there for them. One of the books that we offer is this beautiful book.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one of the books that we offer. So
I'm always looking at you, Miss. Is that
not only
Tia.
was
Tia?
so
Mhm.
I'm always looking at Tia, and she's looking at me. Okay, there you are.
ma'am.
I say you kind of go out and freeze up, and me and Tia are just looking at each other, waiting for you to come back in. But here you are again. Okay, you go out,
I'm sorry,
kind of disappear, and then you pop back
but
in.
I'm okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, but this is the subscription box that we have here at the store. It will be other things in there depending on the child's age, depending on what the child likes. Is we can do a box that has Batman stuff in it. It could be a box for a little boy, a little girl. Depends on what the child enjoys. We will make sure that it is something that the kid that gives the kids the incentive to read. You know, that has children in there that look like them.
Okay, yes,
So,
multicultural.
what,
Hmm? There's Tia again.
Hmm.
Well, okay. I wonder, should we stay here, Tia? I mean, I guess.
um, just for
This,
oh, I think she dropped.
oh, oh, maybe
Let
it cuts
me
off after an hour. Maybe
maybe
it
let
says I'm in
me
the show and everyone can see and hear me. So I'm not for sure if I'm supposed to hang up or what.
I'm a texter.
Okay. Whew.
Pretty late there, right?
No, it's what? It's 8 o'clock.
Okay.
There she is again.
okay, okay, I'm back in. I do apologize. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I do apologize. My internet is almost a little unstable right now. Um,
Okay.
so without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and shut the night out. And I want to thank you so much, ladies, for getting on with us.
Mhm.
We're gonna be here on the 8th of December as well. So please come back and listen. We're gonna have some children's books authors, as well as for the duration of this month, we will be doing reruns on our previous book fairs. To be together, everybody has you know um, gift ideas and make sure that they get their gift in on time and be the order their books and be to get them at a decent time for Christmas season. So
Okay.
without any further ado, we're gonna go out. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Miss Tia, you want to end out with a note before we shut out?
Yeah. Happy holidays, everyone. And like Tammy said, books are great gifts, and I'm going to gift my family some of my books. So maybe I'll gift some friends and some people I don't know.
Awesome, awesome. Dr. J, did you want to end out with anything for close out?
I just want to encourage all my sisters out there to pursue your purpose with passion. Step out of the boat, walk on water, think outside of the box, and the sky is the limit.
Awesome, awesome. Great words from a great lady.
Oh, thank you.
All righty. Thank you so much everybody, for joining us, and I hope to see y'all on next Wednesday, which is the 8th, right at the same place, same page,
Hmm.
same group, same personal profile.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Everybody be blessed.
Bye bye.
Be safe.
Bye bye.